What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, today's video is going to be a short one, especially after yesterday's hour-long video, but I wanted to talk about speculative mining, and is it worth it? So, speculative mining, if you guys aren't familiar, there's different levels of it, I would say, but it's definitely a gamble. You're gambling entirely when you go ahead and speculative mine. But many of you may say, oh, it's not for me. Well, keep in mind, Bitcoin was speculative mined years ago. Years ago. You know, Bitcoin was first created back in 2009, and there were a few people that were speculative mining it, that were creating it at that time. Jump ahead to 2010, so a year later or whatever, a guy took 10,000 Bitcoin and bought 2 Papa John's pizzas. Okay? 10,000 Bitcoin. Can you imagine that today? Current price of Bitcoin is $54,000. You think you could buy 2 pizzas for that from Papa John's? So, speculative mining is a gamble. It's going to the casino and hoping you leave there with a big win. Now, everyone hopes that they speculative mine and that it hits a bubble down the road. So at some point it pops. At some point it goes 500%, and you take 1 million of this coin that you mined years ago, and now it's worth a fortune. You know, that's the pipe dream. I mean, that's I think what every miner hopes for in one facet or another. The challenge is that speculative mining isn't for everyone. The miner that is mining today and cashing out next week to pay for their electric bill and then to pay their rent, speculative mining, I think, is too much of a risk for you. Speculative mining really has a niche when it comes down to the miner that has cards that either are no longer valuable. So let's say you have GPUs that really aren't worth mining anymore. You're speculative mining. You're now mining in hopes that it pops off and that you make some profits back. So some recent examples of that, a great one that a lot of people are speculative mining right now actually is Ethereum Classic. And they're like, oh, what are you talking about? Ethereum Classic goes for $54. Well, the price does not determine if it's speculative mining or not. A lot of people are mining Ethereum Classic now with the thought pattern that when Ethereum goes to proof of stake and no longer can be done with proof of work, that Ethereum Classic will blow up because of the market shift and the demand will be there. So that's one that's been a thing. I mean, I remember hearing Red Panda Mining saying the other day in one of his videos, he started mining Ethereum Classic 4 years ago. Well, 4 years ago, it was going for $8.50. Well, I bet you Red Panda Mining was super happy when it hit $135 back in May. Now, granted, it's come down a significant amount, but there's a lot of thought that Ethereum Classic will take off in the near future. Think about something more recent, RavenCoinLite. RavenCoinLite was a buzz, you know, and still kind of is. I did a video on it, Seb Heslow did a video on it, and everybody jumped on RavenCoinLite pretty quickly. Decent amount of hash rate. At one point, I think they had almost 700 gigahash out there on a number of pools, and I jumped in. I mined for about a week and a half, and then I swapped. The difficulty just became too hard on the pool, but I still got a decent amount of RavenCoinLite, and guess what? I mined it on some GPUs that have already paid for themselves and threw it in my wallet, and if I never have to look at it again and it never pops off, oh well. It really wasn't that much when it comes down to profit loss. I probably would have mined Ravencoin or Ergo, one of those cards at that point. Another one is one that I just started getting into, that I mined my first 100,000 cryptocurrency on, which is HiveCoin. Has no relation to HiveOS, but HiveCoin is another one that just came out. It's a fork off of RavenCoin, not where RavenCoinLite is a fork off of RavenCoin Classic. And HiveCoin came out I was going to do a video on it. I thought I'd wait a little bit, and I'm glad I did. I was able to get my first 100,000 cryptocurrency in about a week. Difficulty was crazy low. I don't even think it's on any exchanges or anything yet. I know Mad Electron and Chump Change did a video on HiveCoin. And yeah, I mined that for a week. I got 100,000 coins, and I moved my rigs onto something different. I feel like now, with new altcoins coming out every other day, it's almost worth it to go ahead and start having a GPU or a rig dedicated to speculative mining. Just constantly swapping to these different algorithms in hopes, you know, you get 100,000 coin on one, and then you swap it. And then at some point, if that coin pops off, man, you're sitting in a really, really good spot. Another one right now that a lot of people are looking at is Flux. So is Flux going to be the next Ethereum? You know, Flux has had some amazing news recently with the parallel assets, and they're adding to them as well here in the next week, I think, week or two, for additional parallel assets. So as a miner, you're getting paid out significantly more for doing the same amount of work. And Flux looks very promising. So does Ethereum Classic as the next one to step up and take the reins of the kind of throne that Ethereum has held for quite some time once it goes to proof of stake, whenever that is in 2022. So speculative mining can really be fun. You know, it could be a game, but it has its risk. You could be mining something that's profitable today and you can cash out tomorrow or next week, or you can take that card and invest into speculative mining. You know, I would recommend that, you know, this is not financial advice. You know, do your own research. Honestly, it's really completely up to you. But I'm thankfully in a place where financially I can afford to take some of my GPUs and my rigs and put them on some of these speculative coins, gambling that down the road, one of these will do well. Well, guys, this is a short snippet just discussing speculative mining, kind of what we're seeing, what we could see coming in the near future. Leave your comments down below. What coins have you speculative mined? What are you thinking is going to happen after Ethereum goes to proof of stake? You know, what could pop off? You know, we all want to get behind these projects like something like Ravencoin, and we want to see it go to the moon so that we all can become rich and make some money together. But at the end of the day, I don't know anything more than Red Panda knows, than Red Fox Crypto, than Chump Change. You know, we don't know what the future is going to hold. We can only take a guess. If anybody tries to sell you on the fact that they know what's going to happen after proof of stake, they're lying. You really don't know. Let's be honest here. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care.